I've just been chilling, dude. Just been working, getting into a groove, in a routine.
Yeah.
It's been pretty chill on my end. Not too much going on.
Yeah. Speaking of weed, I've been cutting back on my use. I'm thinking about just making it a once a week thing now.
Holy Day.
Holy Day on Sunday is the Lord's Day.
Sunday is the holy day. Me and Fitz have been talking about this because I've been seeing a lot of Fitz over the last couple of weeks since I've moved because we're way closer together.
Yeah.
So it's like the most that I've seen of Fitz like since I came to Melbourne.
True.
We're hanging out all the time.
At least in like close proximity to each other.
It's a good change. Went to the gym on Monday and all that shit.
Yeah, gym bros.
Yeah, we were talking about, he brought up the idea of having Sunday be the holy day, where basically you turn off your phone, you don't go on social media, you don't do any work, and you take it as a day off, like a proper weekend.
Yeah.
Because, when you're doing YouTube, it's very easy to look at a week and go, well, there's no such thing as weekends and no such thing as weekdays because, I'm pretty much playing video games and editing whenever I need to and I set my own hours. So it's easy to lose track of a routine and finding time to relax and getting a holiday. So Sunday is the day of our Lord. It's the holy day.
Of course.
And as well as a holy day, it should be a holiday. And you should, and it's got to be the day that you just detox and don't think about shit, and you just focus on yourself. You smoke weed, you go outside, you walk around, you go into the city, you do something that isn't,
you just unwind
work.
basically.
Yeah.
I mean, we like I think it was a couple weeks ago on Sunday. Smoked a whole bunch pretty early in the day, and then we went for a walk.
It was such a
together.
nice walk. I had bad swamp ass though, dude.
I was barefoot. I was just walking around barefoot, high as fuck. It was the best. It was sunny as shit.
We did that because we were trying to. I wanted to walk the bike route to the gym. To see what the bike route was, but the problem was that we smoked so much weed that as we walked there, I wasn't paying any attention to my surroundings. I was just looking up at him and talking to him about space or something. And then all of a sudden we were at the gym and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't even know how to get back. But yeah.
It's good, though. It's not. I'm looking forward to this Sunday. I mean, one of the benefits of, not smoking multiple times a week as I was for a little while is that now Sunday's going to be fucking epic because my tolerance will be low. So the high is going to just be really like way more intense. And
and there's going to be no bullshit. I've always had like the same thing that I guess you had, which is you're smoking weed every day and you're questioning whether or not you actually have a problem with it. Do I have a healthy relationship with weed? It's a question that I ask myself a lot, and every time that it really starts to bother me, I decide, well, I'm going to take a week or 2 week tea break and see if it actually does fuck with me. And after like the third day of just kind of craving it, just like, oh, a joint would be nice or whatever, you get over it really quick. There's really not a lot of terrible withdrawal. I know, Mason, you had some experience with quitting weed. Was that easy for you?
Because of the circumstance, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I've never really craved it.
Yeah, all right.
It's interesting. I crave it when I have access to it. I can't resist it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I have it in my home, I'll find it really hard to go a whole week without it, or even like a couple of days without it, because I know it's right there.
Yeah.
And I could be like, oh, I'm stressed. I'll just spark up a J and relax for the evening. Or even when it's at your house and I don't say to you like, yo, don't give me weed till Sunday.
Yeah,
I could just go to
you did when
Swaggers.
we went to the gym. You're like, hey, man, I'm taking a tea break. Don't give me any weed. And I was like, okay, no weed until next Sunday. And you were like, no, this Sunday, this Sunday, this Sunday. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it's weird, man. I just, I don't know if it's just a lack of self-control or if it's just that I'm really good at convincing myself into doing things that I probably told myself a few days ago that I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty common thing for a lot of people. I don't know if it's an addictive personality or whatever, but it's just the way that I've learned that I function. So, but if I say to myself, okay, no weed in my house, and if I say to Swagger, yo, don't give me any weed, then I'm not going to hurt my pride and come crawling to you 3 days later and be like, yo, could I please have a joint?
No, of course.
And as soon as I kind of set that boundary, it was easy. Like I haven't craved it at all this week. Like not even a little bit. I've just been enjoying sobriety.
Yeah, dude, it's not bad. Usually when I'm, after I conclude my tea break and I realize, oh yeah, like there's really nothing wrong. I don't have an addiction to this thing. Then I usually go back to daily smoking. It's just I find a way to, like today, for example, I had like a million fucking errands to run. I didn't smoke weed until like I got home from an appointment, and I had like maybe an hour and a half until the podcast. It was like, fuck it, smoke some weed, swept my whole house, listen to an album. Just I use marijuana as a tool. I use, it's just something an addict would say. So it's always worrying.
Well, I think that weed is just one of those things where it's so dependent on the person. And you really have to just figure, if you want to experiment with it and go nuts, I highly recommend that everyone give it a try if they feel like it. If they don't feel like it, obviously that's fine as well. But you have to be careful with yourself and say, like, is this actually benefiting me, or is this making a negative impact on my life? And for me, I've been experimenting with it a lot this year, more than I ever have, because I didn't have access to it back in New Zealand. And I've been kind of off and on and daily, and then like every so often. And I've just kind of come to the conclusion that I just can't really incorporate it into my lifestyle on the regular in a productive way for me. And that's just my personal, what I've personally discovered about it. And I'm kind of glad that I've reached that conclusion now. So I can kind of now I know how to have a healthy relationship with it, and I'll just do it that way.
It's usually whenever I go home and go back to my dad's, like last time, I go there, I have contacts back home, so I just hit them up, get some weed, and I have my pipe, the Pokeball pipe that Ryan got for me while we were in New York for, I think it was PAX East. So I use that to smoke. So my dad will go to work, I'll start doing my work, I'll light up some green like an hour before he gets home. I'll do my shit, and then he'll come home. I'll be really baked, and I'll just be downstairs chilling or whatever. And he'd be like, "Hey, son, like, what's going on?" I'd be like, "Hey, I'm just high, smoke some weed or whatever." And I'm really upfront about it. I used to not be upfront about it with my dad at all, but now, when I talk to him about it, he's pretty understanding. I remember coming downstairs, being like, "Yeah, I just smoked," and like making a joke out of it. He was like, "Yeah, be careful," and I was like, "Yeah, but I'm still doing work. I'm still being productive." And he goes, "Yeah, well, just make sure that you're not just smoking pot and jacking off all day." And, I was like, "Well, yeah, I do that and work."
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to really be a coin flip with people as to whether they are the kind that would slack off, jack off, or whether they can be productive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's obviously this huge stereotype about the lazy stoner.
Yeah.
Which exists for a reason, I think. But I think it just is a personality thing. Because obviously there's plenty of successful people that smoke, if not all day, every day, at least like in the evening, every day.
Joe Rogan
would be probably the most bro example, sure.
I've been using it for gym. Like,
really?
When I smoke,
I've never done that.
When I smoke, it gets me hyped.
Really?
Yeah. So like, I just feel energetic and like want to do something. Like 9 times out of 10, when I smoke it, I'll want to go for a walk or
interesting.
Just want to get my body moving or my heart rate up. So
I can get the walk thing. I tried running once on weed and I didn't like it. It was like, I was just like, man, it sucks.
Yeah.
When I smoke, all I want to do is just make the most of it. That's my that's my mindset. It's like, all right. So whenever I go to do work, I'm like, I'm high. I should do something fun. I should enjoy this. So that's me.